Rabindranath Tagore was a prolific writer, poet, philosopher, and social reformer from India, who was born on May 7, 1861, in Calcutta, now Kolkata. He was the youngest of 13 children born to Debendranath Tagore, a leading figure in the Brahmo Samaj, a religious and social reform movement in Bengal. Tagore's father was a highly respected and influential figure, and his upbringing had a significant impact on his worldview and values. Tagore received his early education at home under private tutors, where he was exposed to a range of subjects, including literature, history, and music. He was a gifted child, and his talents were evident from a young age. He began writing poetry at the age of 8, and by the time he was in his teens, he had already published several poems. In 1878, Tagore went to England to study law, but he soon realized that his true passion lay in literature and the arts. He returned to India without completing his degree and started to write and compose music. In 1883, he published his first collection of poems, Bhanusimha Thakurer Padabali, which was a tribute to his grandfather. Over the next few years, Tagore's reputation as a writer and poet grew rapidly. He published several volumes of poetry, including Mansi, 1890, Sonar Tari, 1894, and Gitanjali, 1910. His poems were deeply spiritual and reflected his belief in the unity of all things. He was deeply influenced by the Upanishads and other Hindu scriptures, as well as by the works of William Wordsworth and Percy Bysshe Shelley. In addition to his poetry, Tagore was also a prolific writer of fiction. His novels and short stories were set in rural Bengal and explored themes of love, relationships, and the struggles of everyday life. His most famous works of fiction include The Home and the World, 1916, Gora, 1910, and Chokher Bali, 1903. Tagore was not just a writer, but also a social reformer and an advocate for Indian independence. He believed in the importance of education and worked tirelessly to establish schools and universities throughout India. He also championed the cause of women's rights and fought against the practice of child marriage. In 1905, he gave up his knighthood in protest against the British government's handling of the partition of Bengal. Tagore was a polymath and was interested in a wide range of subjects, including music, art, and philosophy. He was an accomplished musician and composed more than 2,000 songs, many of which are still popular in India today. He was also a painter and a philosopher, and his writings on these subjects were highly influential. In 1913, Tagore became the first non-European to win the Nobel Prize for Literature, for his collection of poems Gitanjali. The prize brought him international acclaim, and he became a spokesperson for Indian culture and spirituality. He traveled extensively throughout the world, giving lectures and readings, and his writings were translated into many languages. Despite his fame and success, Tagore remained humble and committed to his ideals. He continued to write and work for social and cultural reform until his death on August 7, 1941. His legacy as a writer, thinker, and social reformer continues to inspire people around the world today. His poetry, fiction, and essays continue to be widely read, and his influence on Indian literature and culture is immeasurable. Rabindranath Tagore was a master of language and a deep thinker who was known for his ability to express complex ideas in simple and elegant words. Some of his most famous quotes: "The highest education is that which does not merely give us information but makes our life in harmony with all existence." This quote reflects Tagore's belief that education is not just about acquiring knowledge but about developing a deeper understanding of the world around us. For Tagore, true education was about learning to live in harmony with nature and all living beings. Let your life lightly dance on the edges of time like dew on the tip of a leaf. This quote speaks to Tagore's philosophy of life, which emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment and embracing the beauty of the world around us. For Tagore, life was like a dance, and we should learn to move with grace and lightness, like dew on a leaf. Clouds come floating into my life, no longer to carry rain or usher storm, but to add color to my sunset sky. This quote speaks to Tagore's appreciation for the beauty of the natural world and his ability to find joy in even the most ordinary moments. For Tagore, the clouds were not just a sign of rain or storm but a source of inspiration and wonder. Faith is the bird that feels the light when the dawn is still dark. This quote reflects Tagore's belief in the power of faith, which he saw as a source of hope and inspiration even in the darkest of times. For Tagore, faith was like a bird that could sense the coming of dawn even when everything around it was still dark. The butterfly counts not months but moments, and has time enough. This quote speaks to Tagore's belief in the importance of living in the present moment and embracing the beauty of life as it unfolds. For Tagore, the butterfly was a symbol of the fleeting nature of life and the importance of making the most of the time we have. Rabindranath Tagore's quotes reflect his deep understanding of the human experience and his belief in the power of love, faith, and resilience. His words continue to inspire and uplift people around the world today, reminding us of the beauty and wonder of life and the importance of living in harmony with all existence. We appreciate your support in watching our videos. If you enjoy learning about political, business, and science leaders' biographies and quotes, please consider subscribing to our channel and giving us a thumbs up to help us grow and continue bringing you valuable content.